years now, the Royal Australian Air Force has lacked its own air-to-air refuelling capability. That's no longer the case with the introduction into service of 5 KC30A multi-role tanker transports. We've got 2 of them here at Avalon 2013, and we're about to go for a ride on board and watch 2 FA-18 Hornets being refuelled air-to-air.
The KC30A is a heavily modified Airbus A330-200 and it's fitted with GE CF680 series turbofans. Initial assembly took place in Europe, with final fit-out to RAAF specifications taking place at Qantas Defence Services up in Brisbane. First flown in mid-2007, it was introduced into service 4 years later in 2011. The RAAF was the launch customer for the type, with additional orders since being received from the Royal Air Force, the United Arab Emirates Air Force and the Royal Saudi Air Force. The aircraft are operated by 33 Squadron at RAAF Base Amberley in Queensland, and during our visit on board we spoke in detail with the pilot and an air refuelling operator. Those interviews will be released in episode 109. The aircraft are fitted with 2 forms of air-to-air refuelling systems, an aerial refuelling boom system, or ARBS, which is mounted on the tail of the aircraft, and that's a fly-by-wire system, and also the hose and drogue systems for probe-equipped aircraft, such as the FA-18 Hornet. Unlike older platforms such as the KC-135, refuelling operations on board the KC-30A are controlled directly from the cockpit by the air refuelling operator using both 2D and 3D screens. According to the Royal Australian Air Force, the KC-30A has a fuel capacity of more than 100 tonnes and can remain on station up to 1,000 nautical miles from its home base, with 50 tonnes of fuel available for offload for up to 4 hours. In its transport role, the KC-30A will be capable of carrying up to 270 passengers and comes with underfloor cargo compartments, enabling it to carry up to 34 tonnes of military and civilian cargo pallets and containers. Up on the flight deck, it's a fairly standard and now familiar Airbus layout, with 1 or 2 modifications, including, of course, the air refuelling operator's station, which is fitted to the rear of the cockpit. Up in the passenger compartments, it's fairly standard airliner fit-out, with a notable absence of any in-flight entertainment system. The pre-takeoff safety demonstration was also pretty standard, with the noticeable difference that the flight crew were wearing standard Air Force issue flight suits. During this flight, the aircraft departed from Avalon and headed towards East Gippsland to rendezvous with 2 FA-18 Hornets from 77 Squadron who were staging out of RAAF Base East Sale. With the refuelling hoses streaming out behind each wing of the aircraft, the 2 FA-18 Hornets took station behind the aircraft in a pre-contact position and then slowly moved in with probes extended to take on fuel. The KC-30 is a leap forward in technology and a major force protection asset for the Royal Australian Air Force. It frees the RAAF from having to rely solely on tankers from allied nations and civilian contractors, and that's something they've had to do since the retirement of the 707 tankers. In addition, the ability to carry personnel and large amounts of cargo mean that this should be an extremely versatile platform for many years to come. Now, once the boom's commissioned, the KC-30 will not only be able to refuel our Hornet fleet, but other platforms such as the E7 Wedgetail, the C-17 Globemaster, and of course even other KC-30s. And looking to the future, it'll also be able to refuel the P-8 Poseidon and of course the F-35 Lightning II. A big thanks to the RAAF for allowing us on board, and a special thanks to the team from Flightpath TV for sharing some of their video footage with us. Now, do you reckon you could see yourself working on the KC-30 one day? Well, if the answer's yes, why not check out defencejobs.gov.au, or in Australia, call 13 1901. For Plane Crazy Down Under, I'm Steve Vischer. We'll see you again soon.
Southern Skies. Online media.
Plane Crazy Down Under is sponsored by Jet Ride Australia, Oz Runways, Know Where You're Going, Red Baron, and Sennheiser. Sennheiser S1 Digital, the quiet revolution in aviation headsets. Our Avalon 2013 coverage is brought to you by Avplan. Get more in your EFB. Classic Flight Bag. For those who identify the sky as their office, grab your bag and go. Eco 2000's ZOC 27 gas turbine cleaner, shaping the future of gas turbine washing. World Flight Planner. Plan your flight like a pro and get worldwide coverage with World Flight Planner. And Smart Shots Commercial Photography. Join the in-depth discussion on all topics aviation related at planecrazydownunder.com or search iTunes for Plane Crazy Down Under.